Hi everybody, it's December, and for us here in Australia that means it's starting to warm up. We've got barbecues, we've got Christmas parties to attend, so we have to be prepared for that warm weather. And this is a fantastic thing to show you today because it's the new release from Pattern Emporium. We all love Pattern Emporium patterns. So if you guys are part of the Facebook group, the Sewing Circle and Pattern Emporium group, you'll always get a little bit of a sneak peek just before the patterns release. So it's really exciting. There's 2 new patterns released for the start of December. They are on sale, of course, from today until Sunday night. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time. I love Pattern Emporium patterns because you are always given so many variations in the one pattern. It's really a great way to get your money's worth. And she also lists on the patterns what other patterns in her actual catalogue that they mash back with. You may be able to get the Spellbound dress and put the Hello Gorgeous sleeves on it all. There's just so many different variations you can do. One of my daughters has actually taken up sewing and she said, Mum, the best instructions are the Pattern Emporium ones because you get shown in so much detail. It's almost like a mini ebook to read. You get all the visuals, the photos, everything is really set out, very beginner friendly. So let's give you a bit of a look, and this particular pattern I've got on is the Yours Truly flounce top. So I'll stand back so you can see it is a gorgeous little ruffle bottom top, but they're not gathered ruffles. It's just like a circular kind of band on the bottom that just gives you that lovely fluted edge. So if you don't like gathering, you'll love this because it gives that slightly gathered draped effect without having to do any gathering on your sewing machine. I think that's fantastic because it saves a lot of time. It gives you that lovely feminine floaty look. So the Yours Truly tank, it can be made in either a racer back or racer sleeve style, and you can either have the higher neck or relaxed lower necks. I love the versatility of that, the fact that you can mix and match and chop and change. And I love the fact that she's given you different lengths as well. This one I've got on here is the longer length. Now you can quite easily extend your fluted edge if you wanted to make that longer. And I know that Kate has actually made a dress from this version herself, and that looks stunning as well. So it's really one that I'm wanting to make. Now I've got this one on here with my Pattern Emporium palazzo pants. I'll stand back so you can see. They are in the culotte length, so it's quite a bit shorter than the other versions I made that you'll notice there's another video for that actual pattern, an actual whole review on them. I did the long floor length ones and the 3/4 length. So these are the shorter culotte style, and I think these are great. And I've done them in a beautiful crepe knit fabric from Spotlight. Crepe knit is really hard to find. And it's one of those fabrics that if you love Pattern Emporium patterns, you'll know that Kate always says to grab it when you see it. The same thing goes for Liverpool, which is a beautiful weight knit fabric and has that crepey texture as well. So yeah, these are really lovely and cool for summer, and I'm loving the look that you can actually pop them back with this Yours Truly top as well. So I will transform into my next top with the magic of Christmas. So I've got the plain black version of Yours Truly on now. Now this is the same crepe knit fabric that I got from Spotlight that you just saw in the 3/4 palazzo pants. So I'll show you what I've got it paired back with. This is the more cropped version, or the hip length, I should say. There is a cropped hip length and long. Yeah, I decided to do the hip length. I think it works perfectly with things like your high-waisted pants and palazzo pants and that kind of thing. So I'll show you. I've got it on with my full-length palazzos just so you can see. I think that works really well together. I think that length in particular is going to be really handy for those kind of wide leg pants. So if you can't see, I will stand back. Hopefully you can get a bit more of a look at that. But yeah, a good basic style black top, you can never go wrong. I think I make so many prints, it's just so nice to have a few basics in the wardrobe. I know Kate said that in her video as well, that we tend to go for these prints all the time, but we really are craving more basics like blacks, whites, and maybe creams in the wardrobe too. So very happy with the Yours Truly. It doesn't take much fabric. So I think I made this in just over 1 meter of fabric. And the main thing the fabric will be taken up with is that cutting on the fold of that flounce on the bottom. You're going to make sure that you have enough fabric there to do it on the fold. And it just gives a beautiful draped effect. So yeah, really looking forward to making a dress in this style and lengthening it. And you've got the binding around the arms and around the neck. This is the crew neck, so the higher necked version. The other one was the relaxed neck. I prefer this sleeve to the sort of cutaway racer back style, and it's just mainly because of bras. I find that I know Kate clipped her bra straps into sort of, you can use, people use a paper clip to do that I think too, but I just find it more comfortable to wear the normal sleeve with the normal bra. So yeah, it's really comfy. It's a really cute style. I'll link the patterns below if you're wanting to take advantage of the sale. I do have an affiliate link there, and it doesn't cost you any extra to order it through that, but it does help support my channel. So thank you so much for everyone that's gone ahead and done that. And I know the Pattern Emporium patterns have been very popular with my viewers. I'm so glad that a lot of you have found Pattern Emporium patterns through watching my channel, because of course I am a huge fan of their patterns and I think they work really well, but also wonderfully drafted patterns, and it's an Aussie company, which I'm very proud to support as well. On to the change for the next new pattern release. Well, this is the brand new pattern called the Besties Tee. And if you're like me, you've been looking for that perfect style t-shirt for quite a while now. And I have sort of scanned the internet. There's a lot out there, but it's a matter of finding that perfect blend between relaxed, but not too oversized, and just a little bit fitted in the right areas. And of course, as soon as Pattern Emporium released this pattern, I thought this is exactly what I'm looking for, because you get so many different options. I'll stand back and show you. This is the standard version with the higher neck. And this fabric is from Dupe Designs. It's an Australian fabric company. They have some lovely, unique style prints. It's in an organic cotton jersey, and it's very light, very sort of fluid and a little bit drapey. Now I'm filming inside today because, as you can hear, there's a lot of wind out there. It's a bit of rain. So I've had to bring you in front of my beautiful Christmas tree that we've just decorated yesterday. So this is the standard version length, the hip length. There's variations for tall as well as regular length. So you get your long length, your hip length, and your crop length. So this is the standard hip length, and I really like the length of this. Stand back so you can see a bit more. Got it on with some jeans here. And I've done a twin stitch hemmer in the bottom. It's a standard sleeve as well. You also get a cap sleeve. Now the necklines, you get the regular high neckline, you get your relaxed neckline and your low scoop. You also get two different square necklines, which I'll show you next. You get a higher square, which has got rounded edges, and a lower square. So anything that has a square neckline, I'm straight away attracted to it. I love the look it gives. It's just such a beautiful shape neckline as well. So I'll finish the neckline off with the binding as well. I've done a twin stitching on the sleeve. Now a little tip, I know a lot of people will do a whole t-shirt on an overlocker, which really can be a really quick, easy method. Sometimes for things like necklines, you want to get a little bit more exact, a little bit more perfect. So a trick that I do, if I'm twin stitching, which I do most of the time, I twin stitch my hems, I will sew the whole top with a twin stitch, because you get that stretch. And there's nothing more annoying than having to change over your needle from, you know, jersey to twin stitch backwards and forwards when you're sewing. I will sew, a little tip, I will sew my whole top on a twin stitch and leave that on there for doing the finishing off as well. And then sometimes I will also overlock the edges just to neaten up on the inside. But usually things like your jerseys, you don't need to overlock. It's really, you can quite easily do it with a zigzag stitch as well. So it's just a bonus to have an overlocked finish edge as well. So that's just a little tip of mine. But yeah, loving the fabric, love the look of the length, perfect for wearing with jeans. And yeah, it's a really basic style, this one, but I'll show you the next one, see what you think. This is the cropped version, but in a long crop. So you've got a short crop and a long crop depending on your height. I like it. So it's just underneath my belly button, so just above the hip line. And it's a really good length for wearing with high-waisted pants, things like your palazzo pants or your pleats to meet you as well, or like a paper bag style waist, but I like them with jeans as well. So I've made this in just a cotton spandex from Spotlight and a really nice jade green. This is the lower square neck, which is the rounded edges. Really nice shape, but not too low that you're sort of flashing too much cleavage. I think it's the perfect shape neckline for me. I'm really happy with it. And this is the cap sleeve, and you can see I've done the twin stitching as well there. But yeah, really like the length and the nice body in the way of the fabric. I think when you're doing a cropped version, it's nice to have that little bit more body in the fabric. Something like a cotton spandex or a ponte, I think will work really well on a cropped version. But yeah, it's really just a matter of just looking around and seeing what works for you. The longer drapier style shaped version, I think looks beautiful in things like a bamboo jersey or just a jersey spandex itself. So yeah, it's really just a matter of looking at the list that she gives you, an extensive list of fabrics you can use to make it really what sort of weight you're wanting for what season you're in as well. And don't forget, these can all be made in long sleeves as well for winter for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. There are 2 long lengths. You've got your elbow length and your full long length as well. So they're not just for summer, they're a perfect style for sort of buying to make for all year round, which is great because we really do need t-shirts or long sleeve t-shirts for all seasons because they're a great basic to have in your wardrobe. On for the next change. This is the longest length in the tall flared version. I love this for over jeans as well, I must say. This is a fabric I got from Draper's Fabrics, a beautiful fuchsia. It's a bit more of a lightweight cotton interlock compared to the green one I just had on, which had a little bit more body. But yeah, it's a really nice, lovely, breathable fabric. This is the regular sleeve length. So the other one was the cap sleeve. And this is the higher squared neckline. So the other one was a little bit lower. So really it's just so much fun to look at all the variations you've got. It's a matter of when you're looking for fabric, thinking, now what will work with what. I've got a really special one coming up from the last one I think you're going to love as well. But this is, as I say, the long length in the tall, and I think it works really well for jeans, for leggings. It's perfect because it sort of just covers the butt area, so a really nice shaped top. Show you the actual length of it. But you're loving the bright colours for summertime. And of course, my earrings here, which I got last year, they always remind me of Kath and Kim because Kath, the mum, always has these tacky earrings, and I get into that for Christmas time. I think it's a bit of fun. It's the only time of year you can really get away with this kind of thing. Well, it's not really, but I think it's a bit more acceptable. So, so on for the next and very last top, and we'll see what you think. I thought I'd save the very best to last. The most special fabric I've got here is my beautiful Lady McElroy fabric in a gorgeous crepe parasol print. Been waiting for the right pattern to come along, and this definitely, when I saw the flounce sleeve, I thought, this is going to be the parasol fabric. So I have made this. I didn't want to waste any of this fabric. I've made the longest length version and also added about another 10 centimeters onto the bottom. So I'll give you a bit of a look. The pants I've got on are just some ready to wear ponte short or like cigarette style pants. And I think it works really well because you're getting a beautiful top that sort of speaks for itself with a good basic black. And I think a tunic style top is one of those things that you reach for. You can dress it up with heels. You can also put some fancy earrings on, but you also feel really comfortable. And if you don't feel like wearing a dress, it's a great alternative as well. The thing that dresses it up is this beautiful flounce sleeve. Really easy to make. Of course, you're cutting it on the fold, the knit fabric as well. It's one whole circle that you're adding onto the sleeve, and it just fits perfectly. I think with all of their patterns, they're just graded and drafted so well that you never need to worry about sort of fitting issues with all the pieces. They just tend to match perfectly. And the same goes for the flounce on the bottom of the Yours Truly top. It just fitted perfectly. So yeah, I just think this is a real winner. Neck is the highest version as well. Again, I didn't want to waste any fabric. I didn't want to be putting too much sort of scooping out of the neckline. But I love this sleeve. I just think it's just perfect for the Christmas season or any kind of celebration season. And yeah, tunic, I love them. I think I purchased 1.25 meters of this fabric, and it was a perfect amount. So you really don't need a lot of fabric. Yeah, and the weight of it is beautiful and comfortable and cool, but just got a beautiful amount of drape to it as well. So really loving all the different variations you get. Of course, go through the sleeves again. You've got your flounce, you've got your long sleeve, you've got your cap and your regular sleeve, and your elbow length sleeve. The necklines, you have a high, a relaxed, a scoop, and two different squared necklines as well. And the lengths, you also have your long, your extra long, which I added a bit onto mine with this, you have your hip length, you have your cropped hip length, and you also have your 2 cropped versions as well. So there's so many different adaptable variations. I think it just can't go wrong with this. So I hope you loved it as much as I did. I really hope you'll go and have a look on Pattern Emporium's website, because to take advantage of the sale, it's really, really well worth it. And go and look through all the different patterns, because there are so many beautiful dresses on there if you're wanting to make a dress for the Christmas season. They really do have very, very easy knit dresses. They've got a couple of woven patterns as well, but I've made a few of their knit dresses last Christmas, which I will link that episode if you haven't seen it. Yeah, and I've worn them quite a bit as well. So great instructions. Great lookbook, of course. If you're wanting that extensive fabric list, they will let you know all the fabrics you can make in each pattern and what works best for them. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that, and I hope I've given you a bit more pattern inspiration. Of course, we all get excited when Pattern Emporium releases their new patterns, because we know they'll be on sale for a few days, so definitely worth taking advantage of that. So a huge thank you for watching. If you're one of my newest viewers, don't forget you're welcome to hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and that way you'll never miss out on an episode that I release once to twice and even sometimes 3 times a week. So thank you so much for joining us today. So keep safe, keep sewing, and bye for now. So I think it's great. And the instructions, I must admit, my daughter did say to me, she's, Mabel, get off. This is the culprit who just did that. She loves to play piano, or should I say walk across it.